Hey everyone, Gig Coach Jake streaming live. Apologize for the delay. I said I was going to be a little bit late. Unfortunately, you never know when your block's going to end when you're out there delivering. So, again, apologies for the delay, but as I promised, I'm here. Let's talk about how merchant ratings, hidden metric. Yes, so some of you are wondering, where do I see that rating at, right? You're looking into your app and you're looking at the platform. You're like, I don't see anything about merchant ratings. Well, it's a hidden metric that they use. So if you've noticed that there's some drivers that are always getting big offers, right? They're always getting or staying really busy. Some people call it luck. It's funny because someone recently I had said, oh, it's just because I'm lucky. They said, no, I think you have some type of trick. Well, the trick is being consistent with great service, treating the staff like they're a human being, right? So I don't care if you accepted no tip offer, if you had a bad day, no matter what's going on, you just have to remember that how you treat them could really affect the outcome of not only that day, but future days, because you're definitely going to see them again, right? So not only once, but quite a few times. They can make your life a living hell, pardon my language, or they can make it a lot easier, right? With that being said, there's definitely hidden metrics that they use. So GrubHub, for example, if you're a 5-star rated driver, you're going to get a lot more offers. And not only that, you're going to get a lot of the bigger offers. So you don't have to be a premier driver to get some of those XL and higher offers. Now, funny story, I actually saw just yesterday as I was picking up at a merchant, when she went to ring up and go check my delivery, the last person, the driver she just finished with, she made it a point to go and rate that driver a 2-star. And not only do that, but make sure that I saw her doing it. It's almost like she made a point to know that if we screw with them, that she can really, mess with us. But same thing on DoorDash. They have the same thing. There's a lot of things, were you late? Were you on time? Were you early? That kind of sucks, right? On one of those, if you're early. How do we know? Sometimes if, you're too late, it's already done early. But anyhow, right? I like to use so a lot as well. But so I actually saw her rate and hit 2-star for this driver. Now, I know in GrubHub, the more 5 stars that you get, you become somewhat of a preferred driver for that place. Now, how do I know this? Over years experience and over 3,000 deliveries. And also from speaking to some people, a little bit of inside information. Now, what I'd love to get is somebody that actually has a restaurant and uses one of these services. I'd really love to get a lot more information on how the rating system goes as far as the drivers and what all information you plug in there and how it actually works as far as preferred drivers. I know there's some stuff in there. So if anyone watching actually has a restaurant, I know there's some people on here that are drivers that are in some of the groups, the GrubHub groups and whatnot, actually have restaurants and use GrubHub, DoorDash, and Postmates and whatnot. Please hit me up, either comments below or getcoachjake@gmail.com. So I want to find out more information on how that really works so we all can get better insight. Again, some way everybody has an opportunity to get more offers and higher paying offers, right? So with that being said, the best way to do it on your own is to give great service. Now, if you've noticed, sometimes you have repeat customers, right? If you've done a great job, so like I've seen some posts on Facebook, these guys get like these astronomical XL offers all the time. They're like, how's this guy always getting the same big offers, right? Well, not only the premier driver, this person in particular, but they've probably done a phenomenal job every time they delivered, give great service, smile, ask how someone's doing, be polite, all the things that are simple and really easy to do, they go a long way. But with that being said, this person and a lot of other drivers get these offers on a regular basis because they're somewhat of a preferred driver, not just because they're premier. So I know a lot of partner drivers that experience the same thing, not just myself, but I don't have exact written facts, data. I mean, other than personal experience, and a lot of other experience from other drivers have been doing this for a year, 2, 3 years or more. But things are always changing. So anything I say right now could be changed tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now. You never know what's going to happen in the gig economy. But let's see what some of you guys later is saying. But living hell is not language. Some people get offended by that. You never know. DoorDash, yes, super saturated. I'll touch on that in a little bit right now. I've touched on the last live stream. James says, moving to Phoenix this August, September. Hope to get Amazon, GrubHub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. I'll tell you what, you're moving to Arizona, the brutalest time. Now, I hate to say that and warn you up, but August is like when it's still humid and it's really hot. So be prepared. Just be glad you're not moving here in July, August. But welcome, James. Look forward to seeing you out here. Love those high payouts. Screw you, Jake. I emailed you, no response. Adonis Adon, my apologies, man. I could have missed the email, but I do my best to get back to everybody. So I will go and look tonight. I'll check all my emails. I still have a half an hour drive each way after a 10-hour workday. I'll do my best to go back to the email and see what you said and get back to you. I apologize if you did reach out to me and I didn't get back to you. It's definitely not my intentions. I try to do my best to get back to everybody. Anyhow, Jason says, I was culinary manager at Macaroni Grill for 3+ years and was there when we added on each app. DoorDash, Uber, GrubHub, and finally Postmates. Yes, we could rate the drivers, but usually didn't unless. Great point. So people always say that, right? They're going to say the drivers or the people that are working there, they got a lot of other things to worry about than rating you. Yes, but you be sure if you piss them off or you rub them the wrong way or any little thing, they will definitely go out of their way to rate you and affect your outcome on the platform, right? So best believe that's a little power that they have over you if you piss them off or any little thing. So on a regular basis, are they going to rate you? No. But if you piss them off, yes. Now, there's certain merchants in particular that are very particular. Now, I know like some of the Asian places, and there are certain places that love that you use a bag. I know a lot of the mom and pop or like family-owned restaurants. I know there's a lot of drivers that go and get the food and they actually put it in their bags inside the car, right? So they do use a hot cold bag. They just don't take it in the restaurant for whatever reasons. Maybe they're embarrassed. I was embarrassed at first, right? So I started making all this good money. I'm like, you know what? A lot of the people are going to judge me for what I'm doing or making a lot less money than I am anyway. So who cares? But with that being said, I understand why some people do leave the bag in the car and do that. Just remember, keep this in mind, that the merchant does not see that. They don't know that you're putting in a bag in your car. So you're doing everything in good faith. You're doing things right as far as you know, and you're just not taking the bag inside to put the food. But it could really affect some of the ratings that you might get in some of these places, especially the ones that are very particular about using a bag. So keep that in mind. Let's see. We're there in February, lived in the winter, but still save money. Yeah, Phoenix in February is gorgeous. Back to Jason. I had a merchant in Phoenix, Chinese place, be very rude to me with actual customers waiting behind me. Yeah, man, it's tough when they're super rude and disrespectful, right? Now, I go back to saying that my mom's always said, and she's phenomenal at it. I'm not so great all the time. Kill them with kindness, right? One of the best things to do sometimes is just kill someone with kindness. And especially if they're having a horrible day, right? They might remember that. And they're like, oh, man, I was a total jerk to this guy last time. And he wasn't rude back. So I'm not always the best at it. Generally, out front, I'm very polite and I'm very nice and respectful. We all have a line and a limit, right? So just remember, it could affect your money. And kill them with kindness and letting them be pissed off and have a bad day and move on isn't a big deal. So noobs bring the bag. Hey, Joe, I have over 3,000 deliveries. And I have those bags tucked under every single time. I'm happy as can be. I'm rolling there with a smile, right? Going to get my GrubHub, whatever. I'm making money, man. Who cares? Who cares what other people are saying or thinking about you? You're using a bag, right? I'm just doing a good job. And by GrubHub, I'm doing what's per contract. The terms of service say that you're supposed to use a hot and cold bag. Anyhow, I get what you're saying. You good, my guy. You still my dude. Donis, appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thanks for being respectful and accept my apologies for missing that email. I'll reach out to you. I'll find it. You have a great voice. You should do a podcast. Hey, I've been thinking about that. So anybody has ideas for podcasts, shoot an email. GetCoachJake@gmail.com. definitely looking for ideas on that, but I want it to be specific to what everybody would actually listen to. So DoorDash Drive. DoorDash Drive, great opportunity, but like anything, there's good and bad with that. So good money to be made with that. Let's see. For sure, don't react to them. Yeah, man, don't. You react to them and they're having a bad day, that just feeds into it. It's going to make the problem worse. Again, like I said, you're going to run into these people again down the road, not just once or twice, but probably a lot if you're a full-time driver. Let's see. To Philly's question, your thoughts with the gig economy maybe converting to regular jobs to try to protect drivers being screwed out of pay for whatever reason. The only company that could make that switch and be fine is GrubHub. Now, I heard that GrubHub actually has employees in Massachusetts, or is it Rhode Island or something like that? Somewhere up in the far Northeast. So they're the one company that's actually set up and are profitable and have enough money to be able to do that and make that switch. So, and they're also subject to a lot of lawsuits right now with some of the things they're doing with timeouts and the pausing and all that. It could save them a bunch of money in lawsuits if they make that change. There's a big bill that's being pushed in California that's probably going to pass. I know it just moved forward yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. And it's going to pass. Now, it's a state-by-state thing. So, with that being said, those in California, you got some big changes coming ahead and some good things for you as far as gig companies screwing you all. But other states, it's going to take some time, just like that thing with New York. But look into that. I have a video coming soon on that one, too. Rich, I use my GrubHub bag for all orders because it's a better quality bag. I need one of the newer. I've still had one of the older ones starting to fall apart. And our driver specialists, they're not giving them out to old drivers, only new people, because they're onboarding so many of them. I was looking to maybe Amazon and order something. I need a couple new bags, but they make life a lot easier. Tell you what, people ask me when I have the bag, people say, hey, GrubHub, love it. How are you? That's another thing. A bunch of times I've rolled around with that bag and someone's like in a delivery, and they're like, oh, GrubHub or DoorDash. That puts the thought in someone's mind, right? They're in the restaurant. They just waited 20, 30 minutes. Who knows how long? They see us roll in, right? Get the food, and we're rolling back out. Oh, they're like, why the heck did I drive in traffic, lunch traffic, to come over here to wait in line to get my lunch when I could have had this dude just bring it to me for a few bucks extra? So the bag's not a terrible thing, right? Just think about the advertising it does right there. Now, I couldn't tell you how many times I've heard people, it's just in the background, like, oh, GrubHub or DoorDash or whatever. So more orders helps us all, right? Let's see. Please tell, live in Cali. Look into that. Look into the bill. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of information. Even on GrubHub, drivers need to be nicer to customer all the time, considering that a lot of time you'll deliver to the same customer. Absolutely. I couldn't tell you how many repeat customers I have over the last year plus. So many, especially the bigger offers. A lot of my bigger offers are the same customer over and over again. If I didn't have that same customer, that same repeat offer, I wouldn't have a lot of these bigger payouts that I see on a regular basis. It would go to somebody else. When it's super busy, that's when you have an opportunity for somebody that is brand new on the platform to get one of those big offers and make an impression. So hopefully that you get more of their offers in the future if you're available. Let's see, the Phillies. Jake, how can you maneuver with Uber Eats when they don't show destination up front? That's a tough one, man. Like, I would save Uber Eats for like late night times where they have run all those boosted promos, times where you're not really running multiple apps because you never know where you're going to go. Uber Eats right now is a tough one. Big news, big announcements with Uber Eats. That's coming. So I'm going to create that video. I might stay up late and create that video because I got a long day tomorrow. I'm going on vacation. I won't be able to get to it. But big news for Uber Eats for all of you that are Uber Eats drivers. Yeah, good stuff. Let's see, James. I haven't had a GrubHub catering order in a while. We don't have GrubHub for work and market either. That's tough. GrubHub for work's pretty tough to get onto, and I know in some markets it's not doing so well. So some other people are moving to other things. But diversify. The more apps you can have, and every market's different, right? Try different things out, different apps. Find out what works best for you. And things always change. One week I might make a lot of money with GrubHub. The next week it might be Amazon. The following week I might make a lot of money on DoorDash somehow. You just never know. Let's see. I never got a space blanket. I think they're useless. Yeah, I don't care for the space blanket. I prefer to have the bags, right? I can carry them around. I can store everything. It's a lot easier. Anonymous, GrubHub is the only app in my market not saturated. They're not taking new drivers. DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats, you're on the road in 2 days. Yeah, that's a huge plus the daily pay, right? So I know a lot of those. A big factor for drivers is they can cash out daily. Let's see. Top 3 worst app. 1, Postmates. 2, Uber Eats. 3, Caviar. Haven't had a chance to try Caviar yet. Uber Eats can be bad in a lot of markets. They are going to get better with the new announcement I have, a new video. You guys are going to love this. They're drivers. That's going to help your income. Postmates. Postmates can be good and bad, but their GrubHub, their payouts are right around the same. But GrubHub, you just see a lot of bigger tips. Where, Jake, keep the repeat customers happy. It's the name of the game, right? We got to stay busy. Like, you piss off your customers, there goes your business. You don't have that residual business, right? You piss off the merchants, they can get you booted not only from them, but off the platform altogether. So for me, the people that are going to can really affect my income, I'm going to kill them with kindness. I'm going to do whatever I can. I don't care how bad of a day they are. They can be rude to me. James Collins, that's rare. Let's see. FBI agent, you need better timing. Missed all that part. Where do I find the California change info? Jeremy, I'll get on that. So I'll in the community page, I'll put a link to that, and I'll give information about the California, about that bill that just moved to the next stage. So it seems like GrubHub in my market this week has been very busy. Every day this week, I've made at least 125 and 11 orders, have an acceptance rate at 50%. That's awesome. I don't know what's going on, but I've had the best week I've ever had in food delivery. I mean, I'm at just over $800 in 4 days. That's freaking incredible. I've never made that much in 4 days without like some crazy events or busy time. But I'm going to take it and run with it. So let's see. PM's good in my market. Phillips, which market are you in? So I know Postmates is really good in some of the markets, maybe like Chicago, New York City, especially those places where you're going to get a lot more offers in a smaller place and not have to travel as far. How do you get on with Amazon? Bad news with Amazon. Now, I know I did the video with them offering that as opportunity for employees and for them to start their own businesses. Well, guess what? That's created a lot of van businesses and taken a lot of routes in business from the independent contractors. So that's going to affect all Amazon workers, the Amazon Flex independent contractors until I'd say the holidays. So once the holidays come around and demand goes up, and once they have that 1 day free Prime delivery that they're supposed to get implemented by the end of the year, once that happens, we should be good. They're going to have to get packages out in 1 day turnaround. That's crazy. So I don't think they'll have enough van companies that'll be back to normal then, but up until that point, it depends on the market. I know Phoenix, they're already growing fast. They're taking over. And some other markets would be a little bit slower. Anyhow, with Amazon, you might not be able to get on with them for quite some time. Sorry to say. Let's see. I've noticed on GG that with my overall acceptance rating went down 2 weeks from nearly 80% to 55. My pay has increased by at least 200. Yeah, sometimes you got to reject all this crap to see the good ones, especially if you're seeing a bunch of Taco Bell offers, right? And things like that. So, Uber Dash guy, the best thing with GrubHub, Jake, is when a customer's cheap ass. It sucks, man. Some people are cheap, right? It happens, but there are people that overpay. So as independent contractors, we have a lot of opportunities where we can make better choices and set ourselves up to make really good money. Not all markets you can do that, but markets are busy enough. Anyhow, James Collins, yeah, I killed a Memorial weekend, made about $400 with very few orders. That's awesome. I love hearing that. So good to hear that GrubHub, even with the lower pay, that people are still making good money and doing well. It just sucks that it flies under the radar that they're paying us a little bit less money. But at the end of the day, as long as we're able to still make good earnings with low BS, that's all that matters. Let's see, in St. Louis, no extra blocks on GB. Thinking you're saying GrubHub. You can't reject here in St. Louis. Now, there's hardly any blocks over here in Phoenix. I usually have to go find them the day of. A lot of people drop them in the morning, right? Think about all the reasons people may drop blocks. Sick, flat tire, kid is sick, they're lazy, hungover, so many reasons, right? Human nature. Morning time is a great time. Then you have 14 and 44 after the hour on GrubHub where they force drop anybody that's not either toggled available or hasn't toggled available for their block. So another opportunity to pick up blocks. And then before blocks. So just because there's no blocks on scheduling day doesn't mean there's not opportunities for you to find blocks, especially earlier in the morning when not as many people are up and looking. Just have to be more diligent. Check it out. Taco Bell's in my market. The offer average around $7 plus. That's amazing. So what they're doing right there is they're subsidizing. They're making sure that those deliveries are a priority, that they're getting delivered. And that's part of the partnership that they have with the Yum brands. But I wish it was like that here. We see Taco Bell offers for $3 or $4 all the time. Do you think a law would pass for gig economy apps will use an hourly minimum like Amazon Flex? I don't know, man. There's a lot of things are possible with the gig economy. We'll see it. It has to do with some type of legislation. The stuff that's going to happen in California is really going to force the hand and set the precedent for a lot of things going forward. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not working on block fear of deactivate for low acceptance. I was paused for 90 days. I don't blame you, man. If you're paused for 90 days, I would probably be a little bit worried too and be a little bit more careful about how I operate. So if you're working off block and you're a person that has been delivering long enough, you should have enough merchants and customers that you've done well, 5-star ratings, to still get offers. That leads me into off block. So have you seen some drivers that do really well off block, still see really big offers? Usually it's drivers that have been on platform for a while, or if it's really busy. But it's because they've been 5-star rated or their preferred drivers, some type. Again, I don't have exact information on that, but I will soon. Uber Jake, can you do cherry pick on Postmates with only big orders so I have a chance for big tip? The bigger the order, the bigger the tip. Yes, I actually have a video on how to increase your tips with Postmates coming soon, where I'll get into great detail about that. Missed the update. Let's see. DoorDash, is it true that if you start DoorDash in a market that you piss and shit your pants? Yeah. Anyhow, I'm in Cali. I'm anxious to see what's next. It's big things, and as many that passed it on that last stage, I'm pretty sure it's gonna pass. But especially with all the bad publicity that happened with Uber before the IPO and all that. How's the new pay model in Phoenix, dare I ask? Like I was just saying, James, even though we're getting paid a little bit less with that pay model, we're still seeing a lot of big tips and a lot of good offers. So overall, I'm actually having one of the best weeks I've ever had. So not too big a deal just yet. James Collins, Jake, how do you think pre-tipping and post-tipping should be implemented? Now, I really think that there should be some type of pre and post. I do like how Amazon Flex has it. They have it set up where the customer has 24 hours to adjust their tip. That allows for someone that does a great job to get a bigger tip. And then drivers that do a crap job to take it in the wallet, right? So if they did a poor job, they don't deserve the good tip, right? So that does kind of suck when they do a tip beforehand. They never know what kind of service they're going to get because consistency of drivers is all over the place these days. So I do like the way Amazon Flex has it set up where the customer has 24 hours to adjust their tip. Yes, that does set them up for they can get away from some stuff. But with Amazon, we have a minimum. So we're good anyhow. That's what I'd like to see. A minimum base pay of $7 on a delivery with a guaranteed somewhere and then extra tips on top. The way Amazon restaurants and deliveries has it is amazing. I can't wait till they do a bigger push. So my last 3 orders tonight with GrubHub from 9:30 p.m. I received bonus pay. Nice. What market is that, TP? Shoot me I had someone that was looking for one of those text or emails. Shoot me in the comments the email or the text that you got. Zoe, I kicked her out of the room. She's in there laying down, waiting for me to get done with the stream. We got a long drive. I got to swap out cars. My brakes got to get done while I'm on vacation. But anyhow, Jake says, wallet, be clean. Anyhow, well, the last thing I want to touch on is DoorDash. There's been a lot of comments, Facebook, people going crazy, right, about the saturation, the scheduling. All I could say is sign up for other apps. Even if it's the WAG, right? You got the dog walking apps. If you like dogs, go try that one out. There's all the scooters, right? There's so many of those scooter companies out there now. You can go charge scooters. There's so many opportunities to make money. It's crazy. So if you're struggling with DoorDash, go sign up for one of the other ones. Postmates. Even though Postmates is tough, there's still opportunity to make money with them, especially if you get some of these the guarantees, right? 10 deliveries for $100, $110 or whatever it may be. Just go bang out a bunch of fast food orders, a bunch of places where you're going to get stacked offers. That's where I would go. and they're starting to get busy again. But by the end of July, they're going to be struggling again. They're going to need some dashers, especially as it get hotter. And some of these areas, right, that is super hot and humid, I can imagine. I need 2 shirts in my car to get through the day if I was in Florida down there delivering. I don't know how you guys ladies do it. I live in the desert. It's a dry heat. What does that mean by dry heat? It means I can go in the shade and it's 10 degrees cooler. I can get some relief. Out there in Florida or any of these places in the South, you go in the shade, it might be worse because it's a tree or whatever putting off moisture. Anyhow, DoorDash, it's going to come around. They're a great platform for offers and to stay busy, but they're super saturated a lot of markets right now, and that was their goal. So that's how they get all their offers filled, right? You get a bunch of desperate people, they're willing to take whatever to stay busy. Now, if we work smarter, that forces these companies to pay us better and not play all these games. That's why I try to educate you all on working smarter so these companies don't have that leverage over us like they do. DoorDash guy, Jake, how you handle Amazon Flex apartment building delivery? I'm into fitness. I like exercise, so I actually don't mind it. Being in that car, it gives me an opportunity to get up and down some stairs and do some exercise. Now, when it gets hot, I might be saying a little bit different. Now, I've already done some days where it was 100 degrees, up and down 3 and 4 flights of stairs. Now, if you end up in an apartment complex with a bunch of second, third, fourth floor, that sucks, man. That's brutal. But it's not that big a deal. If you're someone that's lazy and you don't want to do a lot of work, Amazon Flex Logistics is not for you. There's a considerable amount of work and exercise in that. So you got to pick which app is good for you, right? To each his own. What's the future for GrubHub? I still think the future for GrubHub is great. They're the only profitable company. They've shown consistency, sustainability, and market share. I mean, look at all the offers, right? Look at how many customers we get these big offers and tips from. It's from residual. It's the customers that actually stay on the platform a lot of times. So GrubHub, they have a lot of competition. It's going to sway, their market share, and there's going to be a lot of battles. But I think with competition brings out the best. But we have to make smarter choices and quit being so desperate. Like I watch this Amazon Flex group here on Facebook. They all hate me already, right? Because I'm trying to tell them, like, wait till I'm drawn. They're like, oh, who are you? You're brand new. You don't know crap. I know a little bit about gig work and how these gig companies work and operate. So a lot of them don't like me too much, and I don't care. I'm out there to help educate people to work smarter as independent contractors, and a lot of people are going to hate me for it and say whatever, especially those with employee mentality. But that's the only way we can gain control and leverage is by making better choices and stop working as employees. Anyhow, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in to this live stream late. I told you to get a PMN one. Been a long day. I got another video coming soon on the Uber Eats update. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe out there. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. And as always, work smarter. See you soon.